in a tough one to finish off. Shockers moved to 17-3 on the year and 5-2 in the American Athletic Conference. And, Coach, this was a tough one to close out. It just seemed like every time you had an opportunity to really take control of it, they'd come down and hit a three, or you just couldn't quite finish off a play or something.
Yeah, you got to give them credit. They never died. I mean, I remember watching Johnny Dawkins play. He was one of my favorite players as a kid, and we're about the same age. I don't know if he's a little older, I'm a little older, but I just remember watching him, and he had the heart of a lion. Not a big guy, but man, he was athletic, and he could shoot it, and he was tough. And his team symbolizes his character. I thought this was going to be easier. You know, after we got the 18-point lead, I thought we were going to push it over 20. Then at halftime, we just closed the half very poorly. And then in the second half, we're playing pretty well with the exception of atomic bombs. Dexter had 2. I think Trey had the other, plus the flagrant elbow. And just sloppy things and not matching up in transition, blowing layups or dunks. Missing free throws, which we did in the first half, and then, but they just kept making plays, kept making shots, and it was. I mean, we scored 87 points. We shot 42 free throws. It was I don't know when we've scored 87. I don't know when they've scored 79, but it's been a while. So.
My oh my, you sure did rebound.
Yeah, we rebounded, but they're bigs. They guarded us man-to-man, which they are predominantly a zone team from the video that I've watched, and I watched a lot. But they thought they could guard us man-to-man, and, we scored 87. So I anticipate probably a mixture when we go down there, but more zone. But when you watch us the last couple of games, you think you can guard us man-to-man, and you probably can. But tonight we made some shots. I mean, I thought we shot 38.5% from 3. Dexter was stroking it. Grant made a couple. Eric had a couple. Jamie made his one. So our shooting percentage, especially from 3, was much better. But the glass, I mean, that's what gave us the big lead early on in the first half. Second chance points. We got a lot of those with 19-3 for the game, but they go 23-7 in fast break points, which just drives me crazy. I mean, there were times when we scored baskets tonight, and they would come down and hit a wide open shot because we're either not matched up properly or not talking or not sprinting or a combination of those 3 things.
Yeah, you mentioned Dexter a couple of times, and he started making shots again in the second half Tuesday at South Florida. Back at it again tonight. It's the first time since he's been back that he's had a couple of games in a row, but also all over the boards, 11 rebounds, and certainly his best all-around game since he's been back.
Yeah, rebounded beautifully. The take at the end, just loved the way he responded. I challenged him a little bit at halftime because he was missing some bunnies in the first half, and man, he's getting in there now.
Yes,
he's getting in there, but he's not used to it, and because of that, he gets small as opposed to being explosive at the end, and he's worried about contact or whatever instead of worrying about sticking the basketball either in the rim, through the hoop, or on the glass. And, we I don't know what else to do. We've worked on it. We've talked about it. But I challenged him at halftime. I basically said, listen, you aspire to play in the NBA. I think one day you will get there, but you will not get there tricking off layups. You're going to get there when you decide to go and just shove it through the hoop. And he did it, man. That was a beautiful play with 4 seconds to go, and the game was in the balance. He ripped it by Milan, and he just, I'm sitting there. I had a beautiful view. I said, if he misses this one, we've got a situation. But he didn't, man. He threw it down, and there was nobody in the building that could contest that one.
UCF was making another one of their runs late in the ball game, and they continued to foul you and put you on the free throw line. And regardless of who went to the line, you made 10 of your last 12 free throws.
Yeah, we did. Once we got the right guys at the line, Grant made 8 or 10. Poor Ashburn, 0 for 4. I thought he had a couple of really good defensive plays. Yeah. But boy, that's when we were pushing the game Either it was going to be a 15, 20-point lead at half, or it was going to end up being 9. And everything went poorly, especially missing 4 straight free throws. But, Jamie usually makes them. Jamarius was 4 for 4. He hit 2 big ones tonight. Eric's better than 5 for 8. And Mo made both of his. So, and we end up, 69%, which is not good enough, but
75 in the second half.
75 in the second half, yep.
Well, now you have a full week between games, and obviously a big game. Regardless of what happens with Tulsa at UConn tomorrow, that now shapes up as an extremely big game when you're thinking about a conference championship.
Absolutely. I mean, we're tied for third with a half game behind Houston and Tulsa. And we in a 3-way tie with SMU and Cincinnati. And that's who we play the rest of the deal. We've got Tulsa twice, Cincinnati twice, at Houston, at SMU. So we're done with East Carolina. We're done with UConn. We're done. Well, we've got Temple coming here. South Florida comes here. But the people that we play twice are the upper echelon now. So in the standings, and we'll have to be better than we are tonight to win a lot of those games. So that's just, that's my job. That's what I've got to try to do. Got to try to help these guys to become great, because we're pretty good. We are.